welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I surely appreciate your support. If you're a regular, I appreciate you coming back. This segment, built by Whitetails, I guess you could say segments or series, is really getting a lot of attention, and I surely appreciate that from everybody. In the tractor here today, on our way, you can see the little mini excavator I got behind me. We are on the Central Kentucky farm here, our home farm, putting in a water hole. So what we're going to do today, guys, you can see over my shoulder, we're taking this pond, and it does have some good vegetation around it. The problem with it is it's not in the right spot, and I don't want to take the chance of, if Lord willing it never happens, but if EHD ever hits, it's a concern. And so not only a placement thing, but also, you know, long term. So we're gonna actually poke a hole in that little pond levee eventually. But before we do that, we're gonna put the tank in, and we are going to take a little trash pump and use the water that's in there, because it's not too far from this. And we're gonna put this water source. Come along with us, guys. I think as this, channel grows and the business grows, and ever so important as far as the attractions that we use sometimes, right, guys? I can honestly tell you, I don't know if there's an attraction more powerful than water. So come along with us as we put this one into use here. I'm going to show you how we're going to do this on the farm, and the reason why we're doing this is actually in one of our shot plots. So we're going to tie this together and come along with us. We're going to dig this one in. Thanks, guys. So as he's digging this in, I'm going to show you around here a little bit. This is where this stand, I actually hung this for Atlas last year, knowing that we were going to be successful on either end of this situation here. Like I said, guys, the water is now behind the stand. So if you're sitting in that stand, I'll turn you around here. Sitting in that stand, the darn water is behind you. And the first year I was here, there was hardly any tracks around it, and then last year was really dry. And what ended up happening is they used it, obviously it's a water source, right? So they were down all the time. My wind, luckily, I was able to just pierce the corner of it, and I got away with it. And I only hunted 3 times last year before I killed a buck, right? So I didn't have to push the envelope of it. But it's got some worries to me around if EHD happens and it's not in the right spot. So we're going to, like I said, take it out, right? We're going to put it in the right spot and take the fear of EHD concern if that ever happens. Like I said, Lord willing, it never does. But so stand there, guys. What this is on the end, I'll flip you around here. This end of this, so this is the food plot. You can see there's a box blind way on the other end of it. This food plot is kind of a dog bone shape, if you will. It's got a long linear food plot, shot plot on that end, and it's going to be shot plot on this end. So this was actually, it's got some clover left and stuff in it. But what we're going to do is we're going to screen this all off up there between just that side of the, so the water hole is going to be in where he's digging. Just the other side of it's going to be the licking branch. We're going to bury a cedar in there, concrete a cedar in with a licking branch, and then this is all going to be screened around it. And this is going to be, shot plot wise, will be just clover and rye. And then the food plot, our brassicas, our summer release, and our soil builder from John Comp and stuff like that will be up top here, and then the ends are going to be our clover. So 2 shot plots, kind of a neat little situation here. 2 shot plots, 1 food plot, bow hunting on the one end of it. Maybe eventually I'll put a box blind on this one right here, but for right now we call it the broken cedar. The top snapped out of it there, so we call it the broken cedar shot plot. So the only time, guys, that I like to put all the amenities, not all of the amenities, but a lot of the amenities as your licking branch, your a food source, and a water hole are in a shot plot such as this. So these can be done in a traditional shot plot, or what I call the bullpen in your buck bedding areas where we're not putting doe bedding, more of a timber setting, right? We're going to do some videos on the bullpens coming up here shortly. So all rye and clover here. We're leaving the old walnuts that's there. It's kind of fading fast on us, but I might even chop it off and just use the stub for the camera. We got one in the back that I did that too as well. So like I said, guys, as I progress and mature as a hunter as well, and I just, you know, the importance, I think, of the water is something that we all realize, right? Shelter, cover, water, food, you know, having it not pressured. But I don't think any of us really put the importance that we should on water. I'm telling you, it's a huge importance in their world, and it's a super attractant, you know. So this one here, the reason I went with a 300 gallon versus the 150 that I usually go with, because of last year's drought. You know, I've never had to fill my tanks in the past, had to fill them twice. I could have filled them probably 3 times last year. But with a 300 gallon and it's right out here in the wide open, it's going to evaporate a little bit, right? So bigger tank, not as deep. So always remember, guys, don't go, there's some manufacturers out there that come out with the tanks that are like 12 inches deep, you know, 6-8 feet wide. Do not go with those. Go with a cattle situation, a livestock tank such as this. They're deeper, at least this 28 inches is 3 foot deep. And the reason for that is, guys, they evaporate way, way, way too fast if they're shallow. So always remember that. You know, I'd rather see you go with something a little bit deeper, maybe not as big a top, to reach those gallon requirements, just so it won't evaporate. So as you can see, we're going to put this one in an inch below. When we're doing these water holes, guys, I put them about an inch below the surface, level them up as much as you can. Inch below the surface, make them look just as natural as you can. This one's going to have, because it's in the shot plot, but it's going to have clover and rye all the way around it, and it just blends right in. Everything's going to look good. So we'll show you we'll give you a progress report here in just a minute. So we finished the water hole up here last night, but the tractor broke down, and what else happened? Tractor broke down, and I read my battery went dead. So as old Will Primo says, this is not Hollywood, this is the truth. So today we had to come back in and find or finish it here, but it is done. This one here in the shot plot, and we fixed another one. Moved a water tank. I moved about 10 yards now that I've got some work done. So water tank mission on the farm here should be complete. All of them set that I wanted. Like I said, the one moved. Now we can do the shot plot here on the end of the food plot, and taking advantage of this beautiful weather here at the farm here in central Kentucky.